obviously disappointed for our guys. They laid everything on the line. Obviously, there are a lot of plays in the game that, could have changed the outcome of the game, but obviously the block punt and the fumble at the end, those are two plays that, kind of changed the whole game. Obviously, we're feeling like we're in pretty good shape there at the end of overtime. That second overtime, we got the ball in pretty good shape. And so, like I said, they couldn't move the ball on us, and that, our punt game a little sporadic today. Riley's been kicking the ball well all year, had some protection issues, and obviously that first punt block was a killer because they couldn't do anything in the first half, and that killed us. We had some opportunities to get some points early on, which we didn't get. But you're feeling in pretty good shape on second overtime. You got the ball, and you're down there, and you're in scoring position. And we're going to get it to Ton, who had been running well. Obviously, he had that long run, and I love the kid, but that obviously that turnover was huge. And we're about to get 7. And so, but as you look at the stats, unfortunately, this is why it goes to show you that none of the other stats matter. Just we outgained them in everything, but the final score. And so, probably the way our kids played. Mr. Gladchuck came in our meeting room, and he said some stuff too about this whole program. Just grateful for everybody in Social and Navy football. Guys have been awesome. Unfortunately, we've had too many of these close losses. We got a lot of kids coming back. The one thing we told them is, you want to console the seniors because this is their last time. But the juniors, you want them to feel what it's like. That pain, because you don't want that to happen again. But like I said, I still feel like we're the better team, but it doesn't matter if you don't win. It doesn't matter if they have more points. You can feel however you want. That doesn't matter. But probably where our guys battled, I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff. My mind's racing right now, just all the different things that could have done better. But again, hard-fought game. Kids played hard, had a chance to win. We couldn't get it done. Got the ball down in the goal line. I'm feeling good. We're driving the ball to score. I feel like we had all the momentum in the game and obviously that one play hurt us. But.
Coach, what do you tell Anton now to console him? That kid should be feeling like incredible right now for what he did earlier in the game.
It's been a tough year for that young man. The guy that was consoling him was a Min. And those two guys lost one of their dear friends, and so it's been a tough year for him that way, take above the football. But, I always speak the truth to our guys. I always will. We got to take care of the ball. And just it's always how I always coached. You hold people accountable. You love them, but part of loving people, you have to hold them accountable. You call it what it is. We have to take care of the rock. And it's our number one thing every time we do it. So, but I love the kid. Thought he practiced hard. It's you feel for him though. You feel for him. So people are just hugging him, because there's no words that can console Anton right now. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome kid, and I just feel bad. Just for that point that, for him. Just had to come to this. But like I said, there's other plays. That's just the one at the end that we all see, But there are other plays. He had obviously that long run. There was lightning, and obviously the kid's super talented. But to put this loss on Anton is not what I'm saying either. That was that one play. There's a lot of other plays in the course of the game. So, don't put this loss on Anton Hall. Yeah, we have to. Our operation wasn't as crisp as we needed to do. The guy across the center, we got to do a better job with that. But again, that was huge. We're all talking about it. Hey, they're coming. We knew they're coming because we know they're getting desperate because they couldn't move the ball. We got to get the ball off. There was one operation early on that he was a little bit slower on, so hey, you got to pick the pace up, and so, we tell them if there's unsafe punts, you got a little bit more time, but you got to be able to see that. They weren't in safe punt that one time he came in. He barely got off the other one. Now, he flipped the field and had that other punt that helped us. But Riley's been a great punter all year. We needed him to flip the field more today. And he'll bounce back. Like I said, just like Anton will bounce back. And again, I don't want to put this loss on Anton Hall. I mean, there's so many other plays that we could have made, things that could have happened. And so to put that on the kid, that's not what I'm saying. That's one of the plays that contributed to it, like the punt that you're talking about.
What did you tell your players in the locker room after the game?
It's not much to tell. I mean, you're hurt. I mean, your kids are devastated. They put everything into this. Kids laid everything on the line for this. You just tell them that you love them. You love the seniors. You thank all the people that are part of our program. There's so many people involved in our football program that have contributed to, a lot of the success and just helping to develop these young men. So you just tell them you love them. It's hard. I mean, what do you tell when you just get your heart ripped out? You know what I mean? We're in the driver's seat. I mean, at the end part of that, I'm feeling good. We're in the driver's seat in that game. Unfortunately, been in a lot of these close games, and feeling pretty good. We're in the driver's seat there at the end. And unfortunately, the game slipped out of our hands. We weren't able to finish.
And your impressions of the defense, you mentioned Army wasn't able to move the ball. How well did those guys play?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that. I mean, since Coach Newberry's been here, our defense has done a really good job against them. Like I said, they rushed for 125 yards. 153 total yards. We rushed for 260. And these games are always phone booth games. Thought Xavier did some good things, but defense played like how I thought they would play. My big thing in this game, don't give up any big stuff. We had that one pass play because we knew they weren't going to be able to grind out the ball against us. I mean, they haven't in the last 4 years. They haven't been able to move the ball, running the ball against us, and today wasn't any different. But they made enough plays, to get.
Coach, Xavier was running down the sideline in Army territory in the end of the first half, and he got tripped by a leg whip. It was not called. If that's a 15-yard penalty, you're in field goal range, and Bijan probably makes that field goal. It's a little bit different situation.
Probably get fined, but I mean, everybody saw that. I mean, how do you miss that? I mean, it's not like it's an interior run where there's 22 bodies and there's out in the open. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's on the jumbotron. I mean, everybody saw it, but like I said, I don't want to cry about that, but everybody could see that.
Weigh in, how difficult is this to swallow?
Super difficult. I think defensively, we played a hell of a game on defense minus a couple plays. And I think they had 33 yards after the first half maybe, and then not very many after in the second half. So it was a hard battle for us for it to end that way. But super proud of our guys. I know they're resilient, and they'll be back next year.
Yeah, it sucks. Like you said, boys will be back next year, ready to take care of business.
Actually, you guys were on the goal line in the second overtime. It looks like you're going in. Just how difficult is that? Of amazing swing of emotion. 1 minute you're wondering, did he get in? And the next thing you know, you realize it's a turnover.
It's just as tough as you can imagine, just like you just said. It's a familiar situation. A couple years back, being in that same spot, only needing a little bit to get in the end zone and win the game. And it happened again. Feel really bad for Anton. He made a huge play that kept us in the game. But the game is not lost with him. That could happen to anyone who was carrying the ball in that one play. They made a good play, and that's football, and that's life. So the game is not lost within that one play. Could have been won within that one play, but it wasn't lost with him. I'm super proud of him and his ability to persevere and come back through all the adversity he's been through this season. But when the ball's on the 1 yard line, we got to score. But it was tough. It was just like you'd imagine.
Your coach was, to kind of echo that, was adamant that this loss isn't on Anton. What you kind of say to him and to kind of keep the spirits up?
Yeah, I mean, just we didn't put enough points on the board to go win a game. I mean, just hats off to Anton. He had the biggest run. He kept us in the game. Like, Anton saved the game for us. He's what took us to overtime. Like, this game's not on him. We could have blocked better. I mean, if we blocked that play better, no one touches him. It's not on Anton. It's just us not getting the job done.
I don't think he completed a pass through regulation, and then with the pressure on in the first overtime, after they took the lead, great throw to Mikel. Kind of talk about what that play was. Looked like a nice play action, worked out pretty well.
Well, completed a pass. We only threw one, and there was a holding call. So it wasn't really like it was having missed completions. We had one pass call, and it was a holding call, so that's a positive. But then when a play is called, just like I have all year, when we have to throw the ball, I complete the ball, just like I'm told. So, the passing narrative, I mean, you can say how it wants. We're a running football team. I know you know that. You've been here for a long time. We run the ball, and when we have to throw it, we throw it and complete and score touchdowns just like we did.
John, just for the seniors, what do you guys? I mean, I know the guys are all trying to console you. You don't get another shot. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I think we have a super resilient senior group, and we've harped, and Coach Niumatalolo's harped just the whole time about how the 25 or so that are still here are super close, but they have a lot of intangibles in life that are going to set them forward when they go into the fleet, and that's the biggest thing right now that we have to focus on is a football game, win and lose at the end of the day, it teaches you a lot about yourself, and I know a lot of people in that locker room and how they are under pressure and how they are in crunch time. And then I know a lot of the seniors giving hell and back. They're not going to fold, and that's somebody that I want to my left and my right the whole time. So I think with that narrative and that message, that's just the most positive thing we have to take out of this is that we're a resilient senior class and that we did a lot of good things here given the circumstances, and we played football the right way.
And when you look at the numbers and see that you held them to virtually nothing, and they did not move the ball, they got a block punt, and then what they did in overtime pretty much was it. Is it difficult to deal with that? You did everything you could defensively.
Yeah, I think, well, that was the expectation coming in that we were going to, they weren't going to get very much off of us, and what we gave them is what we give them is like our fault, not necessarily what they're doing well. So I thought that kind of played out during the game, and defense was, I thought, spectacular for majority of the game, minus maybe one or two plays that you take away. But just that, a lot of that group's coming back too, so super happy for them in the future of Navy football.